this is what we got. It's our 2004 F250 V10 373 4-speed. That's what we're hauling. Got a 2004 F250 with a 2-valve V10. We're hauling about 20,000 pounds. Start out here. I'm gonna roll into it fairly easy. Come around this hill. So we're starting out up a hill. Now remember, this is about 20,000 pounds of hay and trailer. Starting out up a hill. Rolling into it. Gonna try to get her up about 4 grand before it shifts. Then let her buck the rest of the way up the hill here. Sorry about the sun there. There we go. Got my foot down probably 3/4 of the way. Definitely not wide open. Don't need to do that. Usually we hit the top of this hill about 40, 45 maybe. I push it. Kind of holding down steady on it. Get to the top of this hill and it'll start gaining speed pretty quick. Get up into third and probably drive pretty close to 50. I don't like going much faster than that. Some of the hills I'll roll at 60 or so, but I'm gonna try to keep my foot down on it here. There's another hill coming. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna try to keep my foot down on it and let it carry second through the top of that hill and then let up on it. See if I can hit the bottom of that hill about 55. Pretty close to 55 on the way up to the top here, and then just rolling hills from here on out. I'll let off and let her shift. There it's in third with the converter unlocked. There, converter's locked. Now we're just ready to drive. So we're gonna carry 50 to 55 and the whole trip. It's about 30 miles. I'm just gonna let her buck. I'd give you a sense of what driving this is like. I got my foot now about 3/4 of the way down, trying to hold my foot just to the point where it's not wanting to downshift. So we kind of roll these hills here, and so I got her up a little bit over 55 coming down the hill. Now we're going back up, and so I got my foot kind of just in one spot for the whole trip. If it drops below 50, then I'll push down on it a little bit harder, make it downshift to second. But I really don't want to be downshifting all the time. So kind of got a long rolling hill here, and we're gonna hit the base of this about 50, it looks like. Oh, she wanted more, so I'll be able to pull this at 55. Downshifted to second. One of my complaints about this truck is that it won't, when you're driving with your foot, you can't make it unlock the converter in third. Your only choices are third gear with the converter locked or downshift to second. So kind of just is what it is. It's the 2-valve V10 with the 4R100 transmission. And this truck's got 373 gears, which is a little less than ideal for pulling this much weight, but it's what we got. It's what we use. I'm gonna let off here and let her upshift third. Going plenty fast. I don't need to go any faster than that. Gotta remember, this is a full 20,000 pounds. This is twice what this truck is rated for. It actually pulls better at 60 than it does at 50, but get her up around 60, it carries more RPM, and it'll pull the hills a whole lot better at 60. 65 is even better yet, but I don't want to go that fast. I mean, this is no joke. Pulling this much weight with a 3/4 ton pickup, got to be kind of careful. So back on the flats, we're just going to hold our foot down on it, carry about 50 to 55 through here, and we'll see what. There's one big hill coming up. We'll see how we do on that. Just going to keep my foot down on it. So I'm about 3/4, about where I could force it to downshift I wanted. Try to hit the bottom of this hill about 55 and see if we can get to the top about 45. See how it does. Kind of hard to show the road and the gauges at the same time. The camera don't like that. Oh, down to 50. There's second. Looks like we dropped down a little above 45, but I don't want to go wide open either. At some speed, I'm not exactly sure where. If I go wide open, it'll downshift to first, and I really don't want to do that. So we're in second gear now. Converter's locked. We're gonna let it gain some speed here, and then we'll let up on it and see if we can roll the next hill. I'm sure there's some people out there doubting whether that's 20,000 pounds or not, but I'll run you through some quick math. Each one of them bales, every time we weight them, they're right around 1,600 pounds a piece. So I got 11 bales, 1,600 pounds each, and I guarantee you this trailer weighs more than 4,000 pounds. Kind of had a long uphill pull there. We're still in second gear. Not pushing it real hard, but it wants to hang out in second. Going about 55, right about 3,500 RPM. It does sound extreme in a V10. It doesn't. 3,500 RPM in a V10 does not sound like 3,500 RPM in a V8. But I don't know, humming right along. Coming up to, this is probably the biggest hill on the drive. So we're gonna try to roll this hill and probably hit the bottom at 60, 65. We're at 65. The converter is unlocked, it looks like. Just gonna keep my foot on it. Roll the bottom here. Dropping speed down to 60. Down to 55. Foot on it here. Haven't moved my foot since we hit the bottom of the hill. Just kind of holding it about 3/4 throttle and let it do what it do. So that's the top of the hill. So we hit the bottom a little over 60, hit the top a little over 50. I don't think that's nothing to complain about for a truck with only 300 horsepower pulling 20,000 pounds. So chugging right along. Just about to the end of the run here. Carrying about 55. Not too bad. We're going to go ahead and let it lose speed coming up this hill because it's downhill to a stop here. So coming down a hill here up to a stop sign, and that's the end of our highway run. From here on, I'll probably just take gravel and just go slow, let the truck cool down a little bit. But I don't know, 20,000 pounds on an F250.